here we go. The parts is rolling in. If you know that name right there, then you probably have a good idea of what's in the box. What it do, YouTube fam? Your boy is back on the grind one more time, and your boy is super excited, man. I am getting my Chevelle parts. The first pieces of the parts that I ordered, and I ordered a bunch, are finally in, and I am now broke. But with that being said, man, it is a good day. I am super excited to get a lot of these parts in. Yes, I am broke, but it's money that I have been setting aside and waiting to buy these parts as the Chevelle is getting closer to getting done, at least from Chris, and then I'll get it back, and then by the time I get it back, then I'll have a bunch of parts to kind of go in on this car for. Still a ton of work to do, but we are making some headway in regards to getting this Chevelle done, in hopes that I can get it done by summer of next year. So with that being said, first things first is I gotta clean this dang garage up. It has been not cleaned, not touched, not anything at all since I put the cars in storage. And since then, as you can see, it has been car part storage, gym storage. I mean, pretty much anything and everything that you can kind of think of, at least with me, cars and fitness. But now my girl is starting to throw just things in here, just everywhere. And so I don't want it to kind of turn into that. I don't want to make it seem like she could just kind of just throw stuff in here, because sooner or later the Chevelle has to come in here. So I'm gonna actually just kind of just organize a lot of this stuff, throw away some stuff that I don't need, just really just kind of clean it up. I gotta list that bike for sale. Those bikes are actually brand new, about $600-700, and they hold their value really well. I'm probably gonna sell it at a little bit cheaper price, so I can sell it quicker and get it out of here. So other than that, man, I'm just gonna go in on here, and of course we're gonna be revealing some of the parts here. Now I gotta get to work here in a couple hours, so if I don't get to it then I'll get to it at some point. But for you guys, it'll probably be just the next clip. But yeah, I'm gonna try to get to some of these parts. You guys just stay tuned, because man, some of these parts that I got in, I've been waiting to get some of this stuff, and I definitely want to show you guys what I got. I also got another part that I don't know how popular it is. I've seen it before on a lot of Chevelles. It's actually for music, for the Chevelle, but it's a little speaker pod, and I'll show you guys what that looks like as well. Also too, I have my grill here for the Chevelle. This is actually a 72 Chevelle. My Chevelle is a 71, but I took it because, for one, Chris won't need it, and two, I wanted to kind of see what my trim would look like on the Chevelle grill. So once I get to that point, then I will show you guys that as well, because that'll be the first look for me as far as what that black chrome will look like on this satin black. So anyways, let me go ahead and get to it. I'm gonna try to get at least like 45 minutes to an hour of cleaning in, or at least just straighten it up, and then hopefully I can do an unboxing of my parts, and then we can get to it. Also, I want to thank everybody who sent their thoughts, their prayers, their condolences for my uncle and my friend that passed away, man. It was definitely a tough go-round for a few days, and then especially with the memorial. The memorial was good. It was a good service. But you know, they're always still sad. But it was good to see a lot of people. I wish it was under different circumstances, but you know, that's life. And then my buddy's memorial is this weekend too, so I got another one coming up. But anyways, thank you guys. I appreciate you guys for that. And shoot, let me go ahead and get to this, and then I'll chime back in here in a moment. All right, YouTube fam. So true unboxing here. This is actually the first box, and I'll save the big boy for next. This is actually from a place called The Shop. They're based out of, I think they're in Pompano Beach, Florida. And they do a lot of custom interior pieces for Camaros, Chevelles, and I think a couple other makes and models of cars as well. And so I had seen this a really long time ago. Gosh, I don't even remember where I saw it at. I don't know if I found it on the internet or a forum or something, or I think I found it on the internet or YouTube or something. And then I ended up seeing it again on a forum, and I was like, man, at the time I think I had my Skylark a long time ago, but then after that I just kind of lost touch with it. But then when I got the Chevelle, I remembered these guys. And so what this is a custom speaker pod that they make to fit inside of the fresh air duct. So on a lot of the non-AC cars, they had a fresh air duct where you could actually open a vent. Let me grab mine here. So you could actually open a vent here like that, and it would open this door here like that, and it would allow fresh air to kind of come through, and then let air inside of the car. So I always thought that was a cool feature. I had that on my Nova, but then I was actually thinking of how much I actually used it, which wasn't that often. And you tend to kind of use it when it's warm outside, obviously. But what I had found out is while using this, you actually just allow hot air in. And the air actually kind of flows, I think it flows through the vents in your car, and then it kind of comes out through the vents that are on the under the cowl. And I think it actually comes out to the side of the firewall and then filters in and comes through that way, if I'm not mistaken. So you get all that hot air from the engine, and so I actually hardly ever used it at all. With that being said, when I got the Chevelle, I thought that this would be a good alternative for that. So what this company does is they make a pod, and they send you everything to install with it besides the speakers that you can put inside of that hole, that fresh air duct. And then you can put a 6.5-inch speaker in there, and then you can hide it behind the kick panel. So you don't even have to buy aftermarket kick panels. You just have to make adjustments to your current ones. So let me open this up. This is actually the first time I'm seeing this as well. So you guys are seeing this for the first time. I'm seeing it for the first time. And so here we go. Ooh wee, man. That is a nice piece, you guys. Check that out. So as you can see, let me grab my kick panel. So this is my kick panel right here. And as you guys can see, it is pretty much the same shape as the kick panel. So you can see kind of how it curves over here, right here. Same thing right here. And that's how it is. So it just sits right inside of it. So this is obviously the other one. Let me grab my other one. So you see there, this is the same shape, and it just sits right inside of there like that. So what you have to do to your originals is you have to cut this piece out, obviously clean it all up. You lose obviously the functionality of this knob and everything. So what most people do, they just leave it bare. Maybe I could find some sort of decorative knob, kind of like a dummy knob, and maybe fit it in there or something. I don't know, it's not that big of a deal. But the guy that I bought the Chevelle from had a few of these pieces here, these panels, but they didn't match. One was broke, I actually fixed it. I think it's that one right there, I fixed it. So I actually had to get another set from a guy who was selling a bunch of Chevelle parts online. something he was gonna throw away because he replaced and bought new. And since I was gonna kind of customize these anyway, I knew I was gonna cut this off and kind of reuse them, and I'll just paint them. So, and it's common to have these broken. So, out of all the sets that I only have one that's not broken, which is that one. So, I'm gonna have to maybe try to find one that's not broken. But anyways, I thought this was a cool deal here, and they send you this little like RTV kind of sealant to go around it right here, and then you just stick it in there, and then you got your speaker there, and then you're good. So I thought this was a great buy. It wasn't cheap, but then again, it wasn't a terrible price. You know, in order for me to probably get something more customized, I would have spent probably more money getting something custom made versus just buying this. And what I do like about it as well is that I don't lose any room on the floor, which means like if I bought some kick panels, some aftermarket kick panels, like if you go back and look at some of my Skylark videos, you'll see the kick panels in there, and those are great, but they kind of like bow out a little bit, and you lose for the speaker, so the speaker can sit in there, so you lose a little bit of floor space. But with these, I won't lose any at all. So that's super dope. I'm glad I got those in, and then these will just remain the same. They'll look stock appearing, but again, you won't lose any of that floor space with those. So I'm super excited about those, you guys. And shoot, now we can go ahead and do the main. You guys are seeing this for the first time. I'm seeing this for the first time. Haven't even opened it yet. Let's see what's in this bad boy. I know what it is, but I gotta keep y'all guessing. Alright, now let's see what's in this thing. Woo! Boom. Alright. It's some sort of suspension. Ooh-wee! Ooh-wee! Man, I'm like a kid right now, huh? Alright, y'all, so obviously we got some sort of suspension parts from Hotchkiss Suspension, and I'll let you know in a moment why I went with Hotchkiss. You will see. So I'll set this down right here. Set this down right here. Alright guys, so obviously we got some sway bar and inlay components here, front and rear. And obviously I went with Hotchkiss. I've gone with Hotchkiss products in the past, and I thought it would be good to go with them again for a couple different reasons. For one, I already know how they kind of operate. I mean, all in all, you guys, it's all the same. You know, there's some brands that are different than others. Obviously, a setup like this is better than stock, and I thought that I would just kind of stick with what I know. But two, the car already came with rear Hotchkiss upper and lower trailing arms and a frame brace as well. So, and it's all Hotchkiss. I think it's a little bit older, but all in the same, it's still good. So I was able to kind of clean them up, repaint them, and they're good. I mean, obviously, if I need different suspension or something, I can always buy it, but I'm just going to run with that because it seems like a good setup that's in it already. So, like I said, the guy was going to actually drag race the car. If you watched any of my previous videos, especially when I first got it, he was going to drag race it and all. So he was getting everything set up. That's why it already has the 4 9-inch. It has the 410 gears. He sent me home with a spare of 373 gears. So he was getting it dialed in. So I just thought that I would just kind of stick with the same. Also, too, it was pretty good price. You know, I think for the whole kit, it might have been about $700 or something like that. So, you know, I would say it's probably kind of middle of the road as far as if you're looking at your UMIs, BMRs, QA1, like that kind of deal. Because obviously UMI, QA1, those companies are I guess would be considered kind of top of the line what everybody's buying right now. But you know, people are forgetting about this company as well, and I forgot who they're teamed up with too, and I don't know if it was a recent team up or not. But anyways, this is why I went with them. I think this is a 1 3/8 front and like a 1 and something in the rear, so it's the big boy. I'll try to get some part numbers for you guys as well. This is all the components and everything. It has part numbers on everything inside. Man, it's everything. It's all the components to mount the rear sway bar up, and all the components to mount the front as well. It has your end-link kits and all that good stuff too. So yeah, you guys, I don't want to take everything out right now just because I'm kind of crunched for time and I got to get to work. But what I will do is I'll take the camera off and I'll give you guys a closer look of this stuff. So here we go. I took some of the paper off so you guys can kind of see what it looks like. And man, oh man, this stuff is super nice. So this is the front sway bar right here. You can see how big that is. Part number should be right there since it's on the packaging, 228-10014. This is the rear, and I'll get the exact size on this. I'm not exactly, it's like maybe 1 1/8 or something like that. And I think this is 1 3/8. I could be wrong on this size though, but it's 1 something. This doesn't have the sticker on it, but it does have it actually on it, like stamped on there or something like that. So inked on there is 229-10003. So that's there, and you can see how nice that piece is. I'll kind of take you around so you guys can kind of see the full ordeal. Packaged extremely nice, you guys. I've never actually ordered a sway bar kit before. I've actually just bought them from buddies or online. They all came foamed up, like super foamed up. And it was not moving at all. It was actually packaged really good. And it looks like they put the whole kit and everything inside of here. I'm not sure what they call these, like U-bolts maybe. So these go over the axle and they mount up to these right here. This is for the front, I think, or one of these is for the front, one of them's for the rear. And one thing I thought was interesting is I've only had the sway bar that actually mounts to the trailing arms, where it has like 2 bolts, like one here and then one here, and it actually physically kind of mounts up to the trailing arms. This one has, where I can find them at. I think these right here. So you hook up one end of this, and I'm not even sure what these are called. It's like a hanger of some sort, but it hooks up to one end here, and then the sway bar. So let's just say my hand is a trailing arm, and then this is a sway bar. So the sway bar actually hangs down a little bit lower than the trailing arm, and then it has this that connector piece, which is here, that kind of connects the two from here up to the trailing arm. So I'll try to see if I can find a picture for it, and I'll post it right now. But yeah, I've never seen that before. I'm sure it's probably not new. I just never have seen it before because I've never purchased an entire kit before brand new like this. So anyways, you guys, this is it. I'm really excited about this. Like I said, it didn't really break the bank. I've had a lot of money saved up for this car and this build, so I had to actually buy a bunch of parts, and I have a bunch more parts coming. So this is kind of the first of the parts that came in. Just a heads up as far as what parts are to come, just so you guys know, I ordered a whole kit well, I kind of pieced it together, but it's a front and rear kit from Willwood. So your boy is going with Willwood brakes, 6 pistons in the front, 4 in the rear. I wanted to go 6 pistons in the back, but that cost is not nice. So splurged a little bit on that. And what else is coming? I got some coilover suspensions coming. I'll let you guys know at that time what I have gotten as far as the brand goes. It's a nice kit, you guys. It's a nice kit. I'll just leave it at that. So I got coilovers coming. I got some jewelry from Sandman Designs, you guys. If you guys know anything about Sandman Designs, you know that his stuff is good. And just some jewelry, you know, just some like door jam stuff, strikers, things like that kind of dress up the car a little bit. So some Sandman stuff coming. Gosh, what else, man? I know I got some other stuff coming because I've been ordering just a heck load of stuff. So anyway, so these are all the big ticket items that I've been waiting to purchase. I've been telling some people who have been keeping up with me on this build that I was just waiting for the right time to kind of buy some of these big ticket items. And that's why I haven't been purchasing a lot of things or really even have had a whole lot of Chevelle content. But you know, now that I'm gonna get the car back hopefully before Christmas, now I can start buying some of this stuff, and I thought it would be a perfect time to kind of buy it during Black Friday. I wanted to really wait till actual Friday and then Cyber Monday, but honestly, the stuff has been so hard to get. Everything's back ordered, and I just did not want to wait. Luckily, I caught a lot of this stuff on sale still because, you know, a lot of the sales for Black Friday and Cyber Monday start like a week in advance now. So I was able to get a lot of parts from Summit and a couple other places at a discounted price. I actually got this and a couple other items with $100 off of my total bill, you know, which isn't a lot, you know, but in the grand scheme of things, it is when you're trying to save some money. So, but yeah, you guys, this is pretty much it. So you guys stay tuned. More to come, you guys. More to come on the Chevelle build. This is just the first of it. This is gonna look really nice. Oh, and one thing, I'm actually going to take this piece, this front piece, to the powder coater to get powder coated Chevy orange. And as you guys are starting to see how I'm tying in the orange into everything, this is part of the whole process. So the only things that I'm gonna have orange is the front sway bar and the lower control arms on the Chevelle. I'm actually going to stick with the stock lower control arms, and then I have a set of tubular upper control arms, and I think that top box right there that I'm going to use. So if you guys go back several videos ago, you'll see that I bought those for the Skylark and I ended up not even using them. I was actually going to use them at some point, I just never got around to it. So since I have them and they're not on the Skylark right now, I'm gonna use those for the Chevelle. So my understanding on just suspension in general, if you're upgrading your suspension and you have a stock car, but you're trying to make it, you know, a little bit more modern, Resto Mod, Pro Touring, or what have you. Obviously, Pro Touring is a little bit more in depth. Your suspension is probably going to be a little bit more dialed in if you are actually road coursing your car. But if you're just trying to mimic a Pro Touring style car and you're really not going to drive it on the track and you're just going to make it just a street car and what have you, then you know you can do whatever you want with your car, obviously. But I was really trying to get some really good parts, but at the same time kind of make it all make sense into my build. So I have been doing some research, and what I came across is, in order for the car to really handle a lot better, there's a few specific things that you can do. And for a car like mine, especially with the bigger wheels and things like that, it's not really going to benefit me a whole lot to go tubular uppers and lowers and the whole shebang and just really go all in on the suspension. I just want it to drive better, perform better, look good, and just really just handle well for my particular setup and my style of driving. So from what I found out is buying tubular lowers really doesn't benefit it that much if you are just strictly kind of street driving the car, like a daily car in the summer. Where you're gonna get the most benefit is your uppers, and taller ball joints can benefit you as well. And I think I forgot which one is it. I think if if you get the upper control arms with more casters, then it kind of helps to keep the wheel flat as the car kind of shifts and into turns, kind of rolls a little bit, then it kind of helps to keep the tire more flat to the ground. So I'm just gonna go with that particular setup. I'm gonna keep my stock lowers, and I'm gonna go with tubular uppers since I already have them. I'm actually going to go ahead and keep those black, just because I don't want to disassemble those and have those powder coated orange, but they should still look good black. And then I'll powder coat my lower control arms orange since they're stock to the car and they probably need some work anyway to look good. So that's what I'm gonna do. And that way, when you look under the car, my whole goal is like when you look under the car, you see a little bit of orange, you see a little bit of the sway bar, you kind of see the lower control arms first, and that's what I want, those orange. And then when you pop open the hood, obviously you're gonna see some orange from the core support, the wheel wells, things like that. And so I don't want the whole car orange. I don't want it to be overly bearing, but I just want it to be a nice, simple touch. Anyways, you guys, I don't want to talk your ear off, but that is pretty much it. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up. I'm gonna get a good thumbnail out of this stuff, you guys. And then you guys have to stay tuned for me putting that trim on the grill, because that's gonna be dope. I'm actually gonna stop by my buddy's house to get the Chevelle emblem because he has a Chevelle emblem at his house. I left it there not knowing that I was actually gonna take the grill with me. But if it's your first time tuning in, you guys definitely think about subscribing, hitting that notification bell, all that good stuff, y'all. This is just the first of it. When I get that car back, we are gonna go in on it as long as I have the time to do so. And I'll fit it in where I can, but obviously I'm a busy man, but I'm trying to get this stuff done for you guys. So, but that's pretty much it. Griff, out of here. You guys stay tuned. More Chevelle content to come. Yeah.